Welcome back to the league. Week 1. The transition from elite roster to absolute obscurity was not graceful. We had users getting absolutely terrorized by FCS schools. We had users throwing 4 interceptions in a game because their quarterback simply does not possess the arm talent to throw a 15-yard out route. Which brings us to our very first one big thing of the year: perspective. It is a harsh evaluator. And for months, everybody in this league talked about how great a scheme they had. Oh, just wait until we play. I'll whoop you. Wait until you see how I user stick my linebackers. I'm picking you off a million times. Well, the lights came on for week 1, and a lot of those self proclaimed football geniuses learned a very painful lesson. Your scheme doesn't look nearly as smart when your left tackle has the agility of a mobile home, and your defense has more holes in it than Swiss cheese. But amid the absolute carnage of week 1, a few guys actually found a way to win. We have recruiting battles already beginning, and we had a user v user blowout that was unforeseeable. The struggle for many users has been incredibly real. The team prestige and NIL are non existent. But the season is officially underway, and let's take a look at how these 1-star programs fared in week 1. First on deck, we have Eastern Michigan versus Sam Houston. The Eastern Michigan quarterback had 233 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception in a losing effort to Sam Houston. Sam Houston scored in the second quarter and never looked back. The final score was 34-7. Up next, we have Bailey at UTSA taking on South Alabama. South Alabama scores in the second quarter to go up 7-0, and no points were scored until a scoring explosion of 10 points in the fourth. UTSA wins 10-7. Up next, we have Pat of Jack State, aka the Smoky Bear, taking on Tulane. Tulane was up at the half, but Jack State scored 35 points in the second half to win 42-32 behind Andrew Paul's 2 rushing touchdowns. After that, we had yours truly taking on Cincinnati, keeping the pressure on throughout the entire game. No points were scored in the fourth quarter, but the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers won 28-14. Our next game featured Jaden of Ohio, aka the Farmer, taking on USF. USF would run away with this one 35-14, leaving Ohio with its first loss of the season. Our next game is Noah of Arkansas State taking on Toledo. Arkansas State would fight valiantly, although the 6 turnovers would lead to their demise. Toledo takes the win 42-31. Up next, we have our first user matchup. We have Cam of Troy taking on Demo of Utah State. Utah State would outgain Troy by almost 100 yards, but Troy does get their second win of the season, winning 42-32 and also winning their week 0 game. Moving on to our next game, we had Aiden of UAB taking on Illinois. Braden McGrainolds would run for 2 rushing touchdowns in a losing effort against the Illinois Illini, 31-24. Up next on our docket, we had Matt at Nevada taking on Louisville, scoring in the first quarter 7-0, and then it would be all Louisville as the game ends 38-7 with Louisville taking its first win of the season. Thor of Western Kentucky would take on Iowa State this week. His running back, A.J. Allen, would go over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, but would ultimately lose to Iowa State 42-14. FIU up next. Connor the Commish takes on Tulsa. FIU would have 2 running backs score 2 touchdowns each in a winning effort against Tulsa, 35-25. Up next, we have Brian of San Jose State taking on Buffalo. San Jose State would absolutely suffocate Buffalo's offense, but Buffalo finds a way to win 34-21. Fearless of Colorado State would take on Wyoming and would absolutely massacre and destroy Wyoming's hopes, beating them 41-7. Our next game features two users. We have Connor W. of Rice versus Colin of Old Dominion. Colin's quarterback, Jackson Potter, would throw for 335 yards and 3 touchdowns, only getting sacked twice in a winning effort. 42-13 Old Dominion. We have yet another user game. We have Isaac of Charlotte taking on Brandon of Western Michigan. Western Michigan would handle this one fairly easily, winning 28-7. Central Michigan would take on Kennesaw State this week, and their wide receiver Langston Lewis had himself a day. He had 5 receptions for 140 yards, but Kennesaw State would win 20-10. Kennesaw State getting its second user win of the season, advancing to 2-0 on the season. Last on our list, we have Isaac of Delaware, aka the little brother, taking on Temple. It would be a hard-fought battle, but Temple does pull it out, making Delaware 0-2 on the season. That concludes week 1 user games. Let me know what you guys thought of the formatting. I'm going to change and adjust the formatting throughout the course of this first season. And then for all future seasons, we're just going to take off and go with whatever everybody likes the best. So please let me know what you think of the formatting. I would like to add some highlights. So if you're able to get any of your game content, I would love to throw it in there and make each user section and highlight of their game more of like a minute than 15 to 20 seconds, but I don't have any game film currently. Feel free to reach out, let me know, and thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe.